Y'all, we got to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because let me tell y'all something. Bronwyn is doing what's supposed to be done. hmm She is. Bronwyn is doing what is supposed to be done. I'm here for Bronwyn. I appreciate the openness, the honesty. Okay. She's killing it. She's killing it. Let's talk about it real quick. So Bronwyn links up with Lisa, right? And what we learn about Bronwyn is that her baby daddy and his family didn't want to have nothing to do with her and her child when she got pregnant. So here's the thing. When they were leaving, I guess Milwaukee, Lisa says something to Bronwyn. Bronwyn makes a face, right? And then Lisa's like, "Oh my God, you look just like your daughter." And she's like, "No, I don't." So she pulls up a photo of her daughter's dad and says, "See, she looks just like his dad, her dad." Not thinking that Lisa would actually know who this man is. Excuse me. And Lisa's like, "Oh my God, I know exactly who that is. I know his family very well." Okay. And that's when Bronwyn was completely shocked. Okay. So Bronwyn had to spill a little bit of tea. So she says when her daughter was around, no, when she was around 19 or 20 is when she had her daughter. And she says that he was never involved in her life, in her daughter's life from the very beginning. Well, what happened was, I guess they were dating, whatever it was, they got pregnant. His family is very Mormon. So they went to go let his family know that she was pregnant. They did not receive it well at all. If anything, they blamed her more than blaming their child, as if she should have known better. Okay. They were really expecting her to like run away somewhere, give birth to the baby, keep it quiet, or even possibly get rid of the damn child. Okay. So all in all, they didn't want to have nothing to do with the child, and he didn't seem to either because obviously the family enabled him and supported him in that decision, right? So let's see. So she says they told his family they were disappointed. They blamed her. Okay. She says that they made it seem like they wanted her to have the baby quietly and not make anyone aware of the situation. Now, her family also did not like it. Okay. Coming from this Mormon, household and stuff. And it's like, damn, religions really be having people in a chokehold. Okay. Her family didn't like it. All right. They also were too embarrassed by her pregnancy. She was like the only one that was happy or proud of it. She felt like that was one of the best things that she's done for herself, right? She says the fact that her family felt embarrassed and was not in support of what happened, her pregnancy, it really strained her relationship with her mama. Okay. And it took some time for them to get back to a better place. All right. Now, Bronwyn's dad did at some point call her daughter's dad and his family a long time ago. And she's like, "Girl, it's been 18 years and we still haven't heard from them people." So I guess the dad called in hopes of trying to get them on board of parenting and helping out with this child. Wanted nothing to do with her. And I think it could have been maybe a year or two later or something. I think her daughter may have been 2 years old or something. And she saw on Facebook, that's when she learned that her daughter's dad had died via Facebook. Ain't that something? The grandparents didn't think to reach out. Salt Lake ain't but so big. They didn't think to reach out and, try to be involved now that they've lost their child. Mm. So Lisa's listening to this and she got a ball of tears. And I'm really feeling bad for Bronwyn myself. Bronwyn says she's having a hard time reconciling with the family that Lisa deems to be just this really great family. Because to Bronwyn, they weren't. Okay. They did nothing for her child for 18 years. All right. So she's having trouble with that. And Lisa spoke with the family and says that they want to be a part of Gwen's life. They talking about it's time. Girl, it's been fucking time for y'all to be a part of that child's life. Now you want to say it's time because of a television show? Because that's what it's given. But okay. Bronwyn is leaving everything up to her child at the end of the day to make the decision of whether she wants that relationship with the grandparents or not. She does feel like it's going to hurt her to see her get closer with the very family that wanted nothing to do with her. Right. But she's going to let her daughter make her own decisions as she should. Okay. As she should. Let's get to Whitney, Brittany, and Heather. Brittany sent a video showing that Jared sent her roses and a card and all of this other fake ass stuff because he wasn't hearing back from her and you left him on red, basically. So he's sick about it. So she says that she's going to meet up with him because he deserves closure and she owes it to him to hear him out. And this is why you're getting played. And I hate at your big age, you don't even see it. Mm-mm-mm. Brittany says that Lisa is too invested in her personal life and says that she doesn't like what she did. Brittany, bitch, you've been the one making these announcements, letting people know what's going on. You also got these girls invested by showing them, look at what Jared did. He sent me roses and a beautiful card and this and that. You're involving these people in your life and then want to say that they're too invested. Okay. So Whitney shares that she's pissed with Lisa because Lisa had a prison, because Whitney gave everybody a gift or something like that from her jewelry line or whatever, her company, and she found out that Lisa left hers behind and tossed it in the trash, basically. So Whitney's feeling a way about that. So then she starts speaking on the Heather situation, and I'm sorry, the Meredith situation, and how she's been going hard on Meredith. And then Heather was like, well, girl, you know that Lisa was the one that told Meredith. And I forgot. Some of y'all told me in the comments, so thank y'all watching this. When Whitney said, I think I got it wrong, I was like, bitch, I did too, girl. I did too. It's okay. So anywho, Heather tells her, Lisa told Meredith told me, and I told you. But I think that you're really making this like a bit too serious. Like, I think you're making it more serious than what it should be. And then Whitney's like, bitch, it's my business. Of course I'm going to take it serious. My thing is this, y'all made it serious. So it's okay for y'all to make it a big deal, but then when it's time for her to make it a big deal, she shouldn't make it a big deal. Are y'all bitches okay? It was a big deal enough for Lisa to run and tell it to Meredith. And it was a bigger deal for Meredith to run and tell it to Heather. And Heather, it was a big enough deal for you to be so shocked and shook and surprised by it that you decided to go run and tell Whitney, and then tell Whitney not to even say nothing when she gets around the ladies. But now when she's reacting to it, she's not supposed to be surprised. She's not supposed to make it bigger than what it is. No, ma'am. Okay? I disagree with that. So Whitney says, it's serious. It's my business. And I feel like, she kind of slick playing this shit, or this was a scheme that she set up to get back at me. All because she didn't like the fact that I said that she was the villain of the show. I'm just saying what all the other fans are already saying and has been saying. Lisa Barlow has been the villain of the show, period. Every show needs a villain, and it's giving Lisa Barlow. But who the real villain is, it's giving Heather, in my personal. It's definitely giving Heather, okay? But let's get to Mary and Robert real quick. Her son, Robert, who lives at home, not working, not doing nothing. So Mary lets her son know that she is headed out. He wants some money for some food. So she tells him that it's going to be used for good purposes, right? And I'm like, why would you ask that if he's telling you he wants money for food? So I'm like, is he using your money for something else? And then I'm like, is the young man on drugs or anything like that? Is he on the drugs? What's going on? Because she says that she wants him to get a job, but says he's not in the proper headspace for that. And he wouldn't be able to focus and perform well on the job based on the situation that he got going on right now. So, or because of his lifestyle. And I'm like, so is his lifestyle drugs or something like that? Like, what's really going on with your kid? Miss Pastor, weren't you a pastor of a church? You can't help your son out just a little piece? What you got going on? What's up with him? Because even if he wants some money for some food, you better tell him to do some housework or something. Get to painting something, doing something. Mowing the lawn. I don't know. You need to figure out something for him to do if he's going to be digging in your pocket. Okay? So he needs to start doing some type of housework, girl. Anywho, Mary links up with Angie. And first, I just feel like that's a lie based on his current state. What is his current state? So he over there doing drugs or getting high, smoking weed or something like that, but can't go get his ass no job. Something in the milk ain't clean. Okay? But anywho, Mary and Angie go do a dance class. After that class is over, Angie tells Mary that her exchange with Lisa was bad. Okay? Lisa has a problem with all of her friends. She clocked every single friend. It was about 10 of them that this woman done fell out with. And she ain't never lied. Okay? I've been saying that. Lisa has fallen out with all of her friends, but everybody else is the problem. And as soon as you tell Lisa about herself just a little bit, she get emotional. She starts crying and acting like everybody else is the problem but her. And Lisa Barlow can be annoying. Okay? But when it comes to Lisa and Brittany, I'm on Lisa's side with that. When it comes to Lisa and Whitney, I might be on both sides, just a little piece, okay? But maybe heavily on Whitney's. But anywho, so what else? Heather blames Angie for not being available enough for Lisa. This is what Lisa is saying. Like, Heather's over there blaming me because I'm not available to her. Like, girl, I got a kid. My priority is always going to be to my child. My mama wasn't there for me, so I definitely want to overdo it for my child, period. So there is absolutely no lacking. So I don't know what to tell her. If I got to get off the phone 5 times, bitch, I'm getting off the phone to see about my child, period. Okay, now let's get to Heather and Lisa because they go to the salt caves. And Heather says, and this is where Heather is being so fucking messy. And Heather really isn't bringing any of her tea to the show, y'all. She's really just spreading things amongst other people. That's why I was so glad that Mary clocked the shit out of Heather by the end of the episode. I said, come on, Mary, you better see what's going on, girl. So Heather says to she says to Lisa that Angie is challenging her unnecessarily. Okay. Now, one would want to think, well, Heather, you definitely making sure that you keep a wedge between Angie and Lisa, I see. But honestly, Angie is making it easy for Heather to do this because if you ain't saying shit, it wouldn't be nothing for Heather to come back and tell. Now, Heather says that she doesn't like how Angie is treating Lisa. She also says that Angie says her daughter needs her and she isn't at home playing video games until 2 a.m. And then says she feels like that was a dig at Lisa and how her kids are. So they do a flashback. Now, when they do the flashback, she does say something about, I think, leaving the kids to a computer to be a babysitter or whatever. But I didn't really think that it was a jab towards Lisa. I felt like she was speaking in general, right? But it could have been a jab towards Lisa if that's what Lisa does. And Miss Angie, you've been talking shit about Lisa to other folks like Meredith, then you probably was taking a dig at that lady. Okay, that's messed up a bit to me. Okay, Angie, just a little piece. I understand, y'all. You may have told Whitney some things, and Lisa may have felt like you should not have told her. I think it would have been nothing wrong with at least apologizing and saying, you know what, I'm sorry. I should have never did that. Moving forward, I'll be mindful, and I'll just let her know she needs to have a conversation with you or whatever. Instead of really, I feel, doing that, you are kind of going harder just a bit. You know, we're talking about her and saying, oh, she shouldn't be friends. You shouldn't be friends with her because of this and because of that. Like, it don't look good. It doesn't. Not to me. I don't think that looks good, ma'am. I don't. I don't think you should have did that. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that. Because you kind of looking bad, Miss Girl. Okay? You kind of looking bad. But at the same time, I slick understand why she's being vocal. Because one, she may have always felt this way about her and haven't been able to share it with her. And then two, the way Lisa treated her when they went out to eat. Lisa, I felt, was very dismissive of her. Like, girl, go on, bye, type thing. So, child, I don't know. You know, that's where I feel like, Angie, you wrong. You are wrong, but at the same time, Lisa, that don't mean you right. You know, it's just that I have mixed feelings about it. Okay, just a mix. But initially, if I'm just focusing on Lisa telling Angie, I don't like that you talk to Whitney about certain things. I feel like if Lisa expressed to you that's how she feel, Angie, you should have just been like, my bad, I apologize, whatever, and just let the shit go. Just a little piece, but okay. Let's keep going. So, what else happens? Okay, so Heather being messy AF, as I said, okay. But Lisa is really hurt, and now she's ready to go into victim land. Heather says that she thinks Angie has a deeper issue with her beyond just the friendship stuff. And I'm like, see, that's where you adding your spice to it. But you could be right. Let's keep going. Whitney and Adam. So Whitney is leaving. She's in the car with her kid or whatever, and she's on the phone with Adam. I think this is the guy from the VO files or VL files or something. But anywho, she learns that when it comes to who was putting out the business about her, putting out the info about her business, he's good friends with the person that was managing that page. So he reached out to them. They wouldn't tell him directly who it was, but they told him indirectly and gave him enough clues for him to pinpoint that it was Lisa Barlow starting these rumors and this shit about Whitney's business. Okay, so she's in her feelings about it, and as soon as I heard him say that it was Lisa, I said, Lisa, that's so fucked up, because you was over here doing all that big talk when it came to Monica, knowing that y'all are the ones that was giving Monica the information that she was putting out, and y'all wanted to sit up there and be mad at her. I thought that was whack. You know, a lot of people felt like, oh, Monica shouldn't be on the show. Da, 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 da. She's a blogger. She's this or that. But they're the ones giving her the fucking information. So how does that make her worse than the people that's giving her the shit, giving her the info? And then now here it is, Elisa's doing the same shit again. Taking information to a blog to put on a platform to, make Whitney look bad in whatever capacity, even though we know it was a get back. She didn't like what you said. But still, when Whitney, because I had just said that to myself, and then Whitney turned around and clocked her and brought up Reality Von Tees. And I said, talk about it. Clock it. You had so much to say. You were in so much opposition to Monica and how she was moving, but you over here still doing the same shit y'all was already doing. That's the real reason y'all didn't want Monica in the group. I said that a long time ago. Okay? Because y'all didn't want her to tell on y'all the information that y'all was giving to her about each other. While Heather over there, I found out who she is. I did the research and I found out who she was. Oh my gosh. She's Reality Von Tees. Oh my God. As if y'all really didn't know that, because y'all was already spreading information over there. Come on now. Anyway, let's get to Brittany and Jared. Child, she links up with Jared. I said, Jared finna gaslight the out of her. Okay? And he did. So he only wants to talk about what she did wrong. He don't want to talk about how they got here. Only about what she did wrong. He talks about, I've been reaching out to you. You weren't reaching back out to me. You give me a FaceTime call and it happens to be Lisa Barlow, only to find out she's been reading our text messages. Yada, yada, yada. I would think that what's being between two people privately should stay between those people privately. Brittany says, well, that's the problem. You're the one that wanted a private relationship. I want public. He's like, listen, I hold your hand when we're in public. I don't know how much more public you want me to get. She says, that ain't the issue. Can you take accountability for me not feeling safe? Okay, when I'm with you? And so she says that he doesn't post her on IG. She says that he won't delete dating apps, and he drops her hands whenever they pass beautiful women. But Brittany, weren't you the main one bragging about this man posting you all on social media, even though Bronwyn clocked you and said it was a best friend one? Weren't you the one talking about he never posted anybody else? The whole man that was engaged to somebody else, and now all of a sudden he don't post nobody, but you just happened to make it there, and he posted you, so you feel like you a prize at this point? Am I wrong? I could have sworn that was you, but okay. So she talking about something. She asked him to make her feel safe. Can you make me feel safe so I don't have to feel confused all the time? And I'm like, why are you not being clear about what you want? What do you mean, make me feel safe? Look, you need to make this shit official. Online, offline, in public, legit. We need to be an actual thing. I'm not going to sit up here and keep playing with you. If you want to date other bitches, then you don't need to be fucking with me. Be very clear. She operates like a 20-something-year-old girl in college that's in a heavy situationship with a guy. Like, grow up. Anywho, he tells her that he's giving her everything he can and it's not enough. Child, I said, that's it right there. When she said, that's what I needed to hear. You've given everything I can. He said, that's it. He said, and it's not enough. That's crazy work to tell her you've given her everything you can and it's not enough while you also spend time on dating apps. It's crazy. I can't. So anywho, he's playing in her face. And when he starts saying, I have given you everything I can and that's not enough, I said, watch, he finna flip this. He finna slick break up with you. And that is exactly what he did. He said, we need to put a pin in it. Basically. We need to break this off. We need to take a break. He did. I knew it was coming. And I really knew from the moment she met with him. And I was like, this is the only reason he wants to meet with you. He wants to meet with you so that he can now gain control of the situation. You had the upper hand, which is why he was sending you the roses and the messages, all this other stuff. You had the upper hand. Now he needs the upper hand. And now he finna drop you like a bag of potatoes, just so you can come crawling back and he can get you right back in the position that he needs you to be in, because you're playing his game. It's not the other way around. Girl, that's crazy. He met up with you to flip the script on your ass. Girl, how embarrassing. Let's get to Bronwyn. She sits down with her daughter and they have a talk about the grandparents and how they're so ready to meet her daughter. And the granddaughter was, Gwen was hopeful to meet them until they said something that kind of rubbed her the wrong way. They said something like they're ready to meet her when she's ready. And she felt like they were projecting, okay? Bronwyn gave us, I believe she said word for word, and she says, we're ready to meet Gwen only if she's in a place in her life where she is ready to accept us. I would have felt the way too. I would have took a step back too. Just as I'm taking a step forward, I would have had to step back for sure. Okay. She felt like it did come off very loving. And I also feel like, why did they send a text message? Did they not call? In addition to that, I would have felt the way because basically what it tells me is that you guys don't want to be held accountable for allowing this religion to keep y'all in a chokehold. You guys do not want to be held accountable for your actions and not showing up in 18 years for your grandchild. That's what I'm hearing when I hear we're ready to meet Gwen only if she's in a place in her life where she is ready to accept us. Meaning accept us for the bullshit, like flaws and all, like just accept us for who we are, and we can move forward. Like y'all just don't want to, you're going to have to, y'all going to have to go into the spiel of why you guys were not there. You're going to have to accept that accountability and you're going to have to talk about it because she's going to want to know. She's going to want to know about her dad. So y'all gonna have to get that together, honey. All right. Bronwyn takes accountability, and what it sounded like to me was that she was taking accountability for not trying to fight to have her dad in her life, because Bronwyn felt like if he didn't want to be there, he ain't gotta be there, and that she will be all that her daughter needs. And never really considered how it could potentially affect her as she got older. She feels like, her daughter is the only person that never made a choice in all of this. And she and her feelings are a product of everybody else making decisions around her. And she felt really bad. And I just love this moment from Bronwyn for just being vulnerable, just being honest, and just all of that, just about everything and crying. And I know she may look like she's a picture perfect woman. Oh, I married this older man that has a lot of money. We're rich. We got this and that. And I'm a fashion queen, this and that. And when I tell y'all, for me, I think this is where Bronwyn showed her relatability so fucking much. To me, I'm like, you better, Bronwyn is working. Miss B is working, honey. Okay, I'm working. Miss Ma'am is working. She's doing a great job, okay? And to me, I feel like there's so many other women that can relate. And maybe, not just as a single mom and the dad probably not being there or the dad passing away earlier on, but also as a woman that's of a Mormon religion, that may have been shunned from their family due to certain actions or whatever. Like, Bronwyn, girl, listen, she finna come and snatch you bitches up. This is finna be the one sitting next to Andy, baby. This is the one, okay? I'm enjoying getting to know Bronwyn. I like her. I do. Okay? I don't know what else to say. I had my reserve glasses on, but they have come off, okay? I'm liking this woman. I am, okay? Here for Bronwyn. Love it. But let me say this about her situation before I move on to the next thing. I really hate this for Gwen so much. I really do. Okay. And I understand how she felt when her grandparents said whatever they said. And it really sucks because I feel like no matter how old you are to elders, you're still a child in a sense. And I hate that this child is going to have to be the bigger person for y'all grown asses. Okay? That's what is given to me. And she may have to put aside the fuck that y'all did just to learn more about her dad, and feels like she's getting to know more about y'all to understand just half of who she is. And I hate that so much for her. Y'all, when y'all meet with her, y'all need to lead with accountability and apologies in all honesty. Because y'all motherfuckers was wrong for that. I don't care. So I understand Bronwyn being in her feelings about them niggas. For sure. But let's keep going. Mary, Heather, and Brittany and Lisa. Baby, Mary had me hollering. But we finna go. So they hang out. Heather tells them about Jared sending Brittany some roses and stuff, and them supposed to meet up for like a closure meeting. Heather, what do you have going on? The only thing you got going on is taking people on all these fucking activities that you want to go on. I need Heather to get a man. Okay? I need Heather to something. Heather, you're going to have to come with something, girl, because all you do is sit around and spread other folks' business, okay? Heather gets the party started for sure. So Lisa starts inquiring about this closure meeting. When was it? How was it? What happened? Brittany says she's upset. She really didn't want to talk about it. But she says, listen, I'm really upset with you for grabbing my phone because you're the one that caused a huge rift in our situation. Baby, Lisa looking like, who did what? So then Brittany says, I don't understand why you're so invested. Like, you're so invested in our relationship. And Heather is like, I'm not Heather, but Lisa's like, bitch, you came to me with your whole I'm just being a friend trying to help your whack ass out. Okay? The audacity of you to try to make it seem like I'm that invested, but you the one that keep getting up, making announcements about your shit every 2 weeks. Don't nobody give a fuck about you or that. To be honest, I'm trying to help you out, but you ain't got to have my help, girl. You ain't got to worry about me no fucking more. Girl, I can't. So Brittany, Lisa tells her that, but Jared deserved it. When she got on that call with him and said what she said, he deserved all of that shit because you was telling us about what he was over there doing. So he deserved it. Okay? And then Brittany says, well, how do you know that? If he's treating my friend bad, then he deserves to get snapped on. Okay? So Brittany says that he just likes to be private about our relationship. Man, Heather's like, Lisa's like, girl, that man is not private. You are not his girlfriend. I need you to understand that today, not tomorrow. It's very clear on what this is, and it ain't that. Okay? Miss us with it. So Mary is over there laughing her ass off. Okay? Mary is over there laughing her ass off at this lady, okay? And I'm loving it. So Britt says she want to be in a good space to where they could at least be friends. And you may have ruined it all for me, Lisa. Really? Really? It wasn't going to be nothing because she's just so stupid. Oh, she dumb. And then she tells Lisa to stay out of it. And Lisa says, fine, I'll stay out of it. And Mary says, and leave me out of it. And Brittany said, well, yeah, I'll leave you out of it. I'll do that for you. I will definitely leave out of it. Heather says, you can leave me out of it too. Girl, I'll holler. Nobody wants to deal with your shit, Brittany, because you complain to them all the time and then you run back to that same nigga. So you know what? Stay on the hamster wheel if you want to. We're not there with you, girl. So I loved it. So while you over there talking about people being too invested, stop getting the people invested in your shit then. How about that? Girl, I loved it when everybody clocked out. So anywho, Mary talks about meeting or running into Georgia, which is Heather's daughter. And Lisa keep asking Mary questions like, where did you see Georgia at? What's this? She said, oh, the wind blew her to me. Yeah, it was the wind. I told you guys the wind. Like, the way Mary was trying to avoid telling them that she was at the dance party with Angie was fucking hilarious, okay? I thought that was so funny. So she says, well, I was with Angie, okay? And Lisa said, oh, well, I haven't talked to her since Milwaukee. And Mary was like, why? I mean, are you mad at her or anything like that? And then Lisa says, well, I feel like she's been a bad friend. You know, she's been a bad friend to me. And I also heard that she called me a bad mama. At least that's what Heather told me. So then Mary was like, well, why didn't you just call your friend or whatever she is this week and just ask her about it instead of relying on what somebody told you? Like, why you just didn't call? And I don't even know what she said, but then Mary decided to clock Heather and call her out on her messiness and telling her that, you know, you're being two-faced in so many words. Like, you're over here getting tea from Angie and then taking it back to Lisa. And you know what else is interesting? I haven't really seen Heather take information from Lisa that Lisa's giving her to give to anybody else, but she's taking information from everybody else to give it to Lisa. Now, y'all got to watch Heather too, because for me, I remember when Lisa acted like she didn't even know who the hell Heather was, right? And I wonder if Heather is not over that, because part of it is given she's kissing Lisa's ass, but at the same time, I feel like she enjoys watching Lisa hurt. So she goes and entertains the other ladies and get all of the scoop of what they may be saying, and she'll bring it back to Lisa and tell her, well, this person said that about you. And, you know, Heather said this and that. So I don't know. I don't know. Heather just seems like, I mean, like, are you really being genuinely, you know, supportive of Lisa because you want her to know what's going on? Or are you enjoying watching her hurt just a bit too? I don't know. I don't like it. Whatever it is giving messy. Mary called her out and told her that, you know, I feel like with you, you leave behind a trail of lies. I hollered. Not a trail of lies. She said, yeah, starting with that black eye. Yeah, BIT, we still wondering about that. Then she says this whole body positivity thing. But keep in mind, Heather clocked that part. Heather was like, well, no, body positivity, I wasn't lying about that. I'm just saying, like, society wants to talk about body positivity, but they know that they only support and, you know, look after the people that are slimmer, not so much as the bigger people. So I feel like their thoughts on body positivity is a lie, not so much as mine. But she said nothing about that black eye that Mary called her ass out on. Okay. But yeah, I love that Mary called her two-faced and she could see through her, because I have been seeing this and I'm just like, especially since last episode, I'm like, Heather, you getting on my nerves. Because what else you got going on? Because you keep running tea back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What's really good? Okay. Real messy, like real wondering what you got going on in your own life, child. Anywho, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on what all we just talked about with Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's all that I got for you guys at this time. I am Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Jami, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like Soldier Ray. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.